Hi everyone, this is Brad Hull from Intuit Canada's Business Development Team. This short video discusses how to restrict the level of access that an accountant user has to a specific QuickBooks Online file. When an accountant user is invited in QBO, they default to the access level of Company Administrator. This means that they have full access rights to everything within the QBO file. They can see the Your Account information, they can make changes to managing users, and they can make changes to the company information section within QBO. There are several different reasons why a QBO user or even the accountant might want this restricted. For example, if the accountant is auditing the QBO user, the accountant might prefer to have reports only access to the file so that they can maintain complete distance and impartiality from the bookkeeping side of the business. Or the QBO user simply might prefer that the accountant not have the ability to enter any transactions or make changes to who can access the QBO file. These are only a couple of examples, and I'm sure there are dozens more. So let's take a look at how you can actually manage that access. Now, the degree to which you can restrict access does depend upon which version of QuickBooks Online is being used, Essentials or Plus. So let's look at Essentials first. So the first thing to do is log in to the QBO file, which I already have here, and we're going to go to the gear, and I'm going to select Manage Users. So I'm going to restrict the access for this accountant user. So I simply click on that name and then select Edit. Now from here, clicking on this Change button will initiate the mini interview process again. But this time it's on the accountant user. So in this case, we can see that the accountant user is a company administrator. I'm going to change them to a regular or custom user. Then I click on Next. And the first thing it asks me about is, do I want to restrict the access rights at this level? Here, you want to leave the access at all, because the accountant does need to be able to see all of the detailed transactions and that type of information on the file, or else they won't be able to accomplish any of the work that they need to do. So this screen we leave at all, but it's this screen where we can restrict what the accountant can see. So the first is user management, and if we select no, this means the accountant can't even view, let alone make any changes to the users within the QBO file. Company information, if you set it to view only, it means that the accountant can only look at the settings within the QBO file, can't make any changes to it. And finally, there's the subscription and billing side of things. And if we select no for this, it means that the accountant can't see the Your Information file, or the Your Information screen. So I'm going to click on Next and then click on Finish. So those settings have now been applied to this accountant user within that particular QBO file. So let's see what that looks like from the accountant's side of things. So I'm going to log into this file, the Essentials test file, and we'll have a look at what the accountant can and cannot do now. They still get the accountant's view, so that's good. But if we go up here to the gear, we will see that the Manage Users area is grayed out, and we get the message we don't have access rights to that. If we try to go to the Your Account screen, the system tells us we're not authorized to view or change the subscription information. And if we go back here, we can see that the accountant still does have all of the usual functionality for bulk reclassification and looking at the voided and deleted transactions. They also have all the usual access into seeing invoices, all of the usual reportings, including the beloved general ledger report, of course. So the accountant can still do all of the work that they need to do. Now, in the Essentials version of QBO, this is the most that you can restrict the accountant, but still give the accountant the information they need to do their work. Now, if we look at, let me just switch screens here. If we look at a plus company now, so I'm logging into one of my QBO test files that is a QBO plus. If we look at the plus side and go to manage the accountant user access here, again, I'm going to click on the accountant user I want to change, click on the edit button, and click on the change button. So again, we can change this accountant user to a regular or custom user, just like we did for the Essentials side, or we can make this accountant user a reports only user. So because we're working in QBO Plus with this file, we are given access to the reports only level of user. So I'm going to change this accountant to a reports only user. So now, when I go to switch my company, I'm going to have a look at this file now. When I switch over to here, we will see I have come in at a completely different level. I have only come in where I'm able to look at reports. Now, this reports only option does default to the classic QBO look rather than Harmony, but all of the reports are here. All of the usual reports that an accountant would want to see, including, again, the general ledger report and all of the functionality within the GL report, including the ability to customize it and put in the debit and credit columns that we all know accountants prefer to work with. You can add those those columns in as well. So we have all of that capability here within the reports only view. But the accountant doesn't get any other access to anything within the file beyond the reports. So I hope that helps to answer the question of how to restrict accountant access to a QBO file. Have a great day and good luck with your journey into the cloud.